afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I never know how to start YouTube videos. I hate doing intros. I thought I'd do a little get ready with me while I discuss my thoughts about the new episodes of Doctor Who. Look, I personally loved them, but I posted this TikTok yesterday and you guys were so pressed. Jesus, wow. Oh my goodness, you guys were angry. You were not happy about that. I just think we need to take a step back and really think about it here. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you all off and you all need to chill out, alright? I'm going to start off by talking about the two episodes. So I'm going to talk about the two episodes separately and then I'm going to do like general comments about the series. Let me put my primer on. Space babies.
Come here, butterfly, come here, have it!
Stay!
Nice work, Doc.
Overall, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Yes, it was not the best episode. It was not the strongest episode, but I feel like it was necessary to be like that. People are saying that it should have been like the second episode and started off stronger with Devil's Chord, but I disagree. I feel like this episode had a lot of exposition, which was good for introducing new fans, which clearly was a bit annoying for older fans. Obviously we already know that information, but I feel like it was necessary. Let's be honest, Doctor Who was dying before this, so I don't blame them for trying to diversify and like desperately bring in some new audiences and new fans, you know what I mean? I loved the concept of the episode. I thought it was a really fun, silly, goofy episode. And you guys are like, oh, it's too silly, it's too goofy, it's too childish. Bruh, have you ever watched Russell T Davies Doctor Who before? The Slitheen, they were just a big fart joke too. Lady Cassandra, you know what I mean? Like, it's never been too serious. And then when it was serious, in Capaldi's era, you all bloody complained about it. So, make your minds up is what I'm saying. You're never happy without. But I think it was just the right amount of goofy and tense. When Eric went to go tell off the bogeyman, I genuinely was like, not the baby. And they were quite cute. And I don't like babies. So they must have really done something right there. I just felt like it was very Russell T Davies. I liked it. I really liked it. One thing I will say is I think it was very fast for the Doctor and Ruby to have such an established relationship. Like, they already felt like best mates when they literally met that day. I think we could have afforded to do with a bit more wariness around the Doctor for Ruby at the start. Like, they were far too besties too quickly, in my humble opinion. That's my main critique with the episode. I don't think otherwise it was that bad. So as I say, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. And I am generous because I am cripplingly optimistic all the time, much to my detriment. But you know what? I'm not going to change that. I'm going to be optimistic because Doctor Who fans need the optimism currently. Two things I wanted to talk about were... I wanted to talk about how the fact that the Rani was mentioned. That's the wrong beauty blender. The Rani was mentioned, which... I know it's just like a passing comment about why the Doctor's called the Doctor, like they call themselves by titles and stuff, but also I think that could come to fruition at the end of the series. Perhaps with the one who waited could be the Rani, because I don't know, I've just got an inkling. Either that or the Doctor's granddaughter, but I'll get to that in a minute. Why the hell did he DNA scan Ruby? What does he think she is? What is she? Who is she? And I am so glad that they've brought back series arcs to Doctor Who, because I am gripped to find out like what this is going to come to, you know what I mean? I'm very, very excited to see what the overarching plot is going to be for this series. I think it was a really good start to it because I'm already hooked in from the first episode to that overarching plotline. On to episode 2, The Devil's Chord.
I've got a dog, he's called Fred.
I love this episode. I think it was such a good episode. I think it was so camp. I loved it. Jinx Monsoon killed the role of the Maestro, for real. Did such a good job of it. The scene where Ruby's playing the piano and the bystanders start listening by really felt like a Tennant era Doctor Who moment, and I cried. I genuinely cried watching that because I was like, we're back for sure. It was so loved it. Lots of fourth wall breaks, which I don't know whether I'm sure about yet. I don't know why they're doing that. Don't know if I like it. Bit jarring. Because this was a episode themed around music and the essence of music, Murray Gold really shone with this soundtrack. Oh my goodness, there were some stunning moments of music in this episode. I cannot wait for this series soundtrack to come out so I can listen to it in the gym. And the wardrobe for this episode, obsessed. I'm so glad that the Doctor is using his wardrobe again. Wowzer, it's been too long of the Doctor wearing the same outfit like Horrid Henry every single day. The 60s outfits slap. I'm so excited to see the rest of the series as costuming. One thing I wish they did was include the Beatles a little bit more. Not enough Ringo Starr for my liking. And the Cilla Black was questionable at best, I'm going to be honest. Sorry. Great singer, just not... It wasn't very Cilla. But that's just me being nitpicky about that. One thing I will say about the Maestro though is that I understand that it is the child of the toy maker, but I think they felt a bit too samey at points. They were defeated in a similar way, they responded to things in a similar way. They both had very similar vibes, and I think it could have done with something a bit more different than that, because it did felt quite samey. But I feel like it's leading up to a couple of them sort of villains where he's like, what is it, the Pantheon that he keeps talking about? And the One Who Waited, so we'll see. On the One Who Waited, who is that woman that's in every single episode so far? Susan Twist, what the hell? What's that? Who is she? Do you think it's the Doctor's granddaughter? Do you think it's Susan? Who is it? Is it the Rani? Why does this woman know so much? Are we gonna get Anita Dobson back? What's she doing? Slaying, probably. I love her so much. Very excited for the series finale. But who is the One Who Waited? A lot of people are saying the Master. I do not think it will be the Master, because I think Russell T's put him to bed for a little while, deservedly, because they've been using him a lot lately, and I think it's about time we have some other villains. And I think Russell T is going to bring back some classic Who villains a lot more often, which I'm looking forward to because I'm not so well versed with them. So it's a bit of a breath of fresh air for me. But who do you think the One Who Waited is? Because I genuinely couldn't tell you. I don't have a clue. I felt like the pacing of this episode was a bit weird because there was like a 6-month time jump at the start where they're suddenly in June, where the last episode was in Christmas. So there's like 4 months worth of adventures that they've had together, where we haven't been present for it, so we didn't see that relationship build once again. Like, they're just suddenly best friends. I don't get it. Okay, and let's address the elephant in the room here. I love musicals. I'm a musical theatre girly through and through, but that, can't lie, it was a bit jarring. It'd have been like a funny joke for like a 10-second thing, like a play out for the episode while the credits roll, but like a full like 2-3 minute song. God, it just kept going. It was fun. I enjoyed watching it, but it was a bit jarring and it threw off the pacing of the episode crazily. I think it could have done without it, but like I'm not like too mad that it's there. Overall, I'd give that episode like a solid 8.5 out of 10 maybe. Loved it. Jinx Monsoon stole the episode before the credits even rolled at the start. Jinx Monsoon for president. Anyway, general notes. Silly doesn't mean bad. Doctor Who has always been a goofy show. I said this earlier. Come on, what did you expect? It is a goofy franchise and a goofy show. And you complain when it's too serious. So just allow it to be a little bit goofy. Come on, lighten up, guys. Lighten up. It's not that deep. Come on. And I like the way that they've dealt with the timeless child plot, where the Doctor's just sort of realised, like, yeah, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really impact my life of where I came from. Because if you think about it, for the whole of Classic Who, he was never the last of the Time Lords until the War Doctor. Like, it's not ingrained in his personality to be the last of the Time Lords, you know what I mean? It's just sort of something that is. So he's just letting it be something that is, like the timeless child, and I don't think we'll ever really touch on it again, which, thank the Lord for that one, because I could not care less about that plot line. Jesus Christ. Okay, and one last thing. I'm getting a lot of people commenting and using it as an excuse to be really bigoted and transphobic and homophobic and a little bit racist, and I'm not gonna let that slide, guys. And I'm not enjoying the Doctor Work comments. Yes, it's a very progressive TV programme, but it always has been. And you guys are getting so pressing that it's shoving it in his face. It's not subtle anymore. Like, it used to be really subtly intertwined in if you watch the old series. And yeah, but you've got to think that aired in 2005, for example. That was really progressive for its time. Like, that caused backlash back then. Like, that was crazy to be aired on screen. Like, Captain Jack Harkness being so openly gay. Wild. On TV in 2005. Whereas now, we're used to that, so we think that's subtle now. So Doctor Who has continued to be progressive, as it always has been, and continues to cause a little bit of backlash with that. And that has always been the case. It's not just now. It has progressed beyond society, and it always has done. It's always been ahead of its time. So just get used to it, guys. You know what I mean? Just keep up with the times. God, it's 2024. Let people live. Damn. I hate the release schedule. I don't want to stay up late. I stayed up till midnight, and then I went onto BBC iPlayer and I thought, I can't do this, I'm too tired. So I went to bed. I went to sleep, and I had 9 hours of beauty sleep and watched it in the morning. But man, I don't want to do that. I just want to watch it when it's aired on TV. So air it on TV first, then put it on streaming. Or do it at the exact same time, you know what I mean? God, anyway. I'm gonna go finish my makeup and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm all done. Not that you care, I was talking about Doctor Who. Comment below what you think about the episodes. I want to hear your opinions. Would you like me to make one of these for every single episode? I am willing to do so because I love to talk about Doctor Who. And what else would you like to see from me? I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope it wasn't too sporadic and disjointed for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more Ellie Jolly. Bye!